Mr. Byrd and members of the board, we do have several items for board discussion this evening. Our first item is FCSD Butler Tech Board of Education Representative. This time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Byrd.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. As I stated last meeting, we received a letter from Butler Tech that we'll need to send a representative to replace me on that board since I will no longer be legally able to serve. And so I would just want to open the floor up for that discussion so that we can notify Butler Tech who will be coming and representing the Fairfield School District.
Yeah, I think I'd like to fill that role if it is the will of the board.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good addition.
I think it'd be great. Thank you,
Okay,
Brian.
and so this will be an item for board action at the organizational meeting. So someone will have to formally nominate Mr. Begley at the organizational meeting, and then it'll be voted on. And then that resolution will then be sent on to Butler Tech. But I will inform Butler Tech at our Tuesday meeting that it is the intention of this board to send Mr. Begley, just so that they have an idea about who's coming.
That sounds good.
Okay, great, thank you very much.
All right, our next item for board discussion, a discrete math computer science course. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Aug.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Birding, members of the board. I want to make you aware of our intent to apply to participate in the Ohio Department of Education's Computer Science Discrete Mathematics course pilot for the 22-23 school year. So like I said earlier, I kind of tipped my hand a little bit earlier, but this course is considered an Algebra 2 equivalent course and will satisfy the credit requirement of Algebra 2. By equivalent, as a reminder, by equivalent we mean equal rigor and reasoning, not the same content. The course is designed to promote reasoning, problem solving, and modeling through thematic units focused on mathematical practices while reinforcing and extending content in number and quantity, algebra, functions, statistics and probability, and geometry. It is a year-long course taught using student-centered pedagogy. Students in this course can go on to take any other math course. They can go on to take Algebra 2 if they want. They can take another AP math course or another advanced math course. They can go on and take College Credit Plus math courses during their high school career after they take this course. So you might remember that last year we applied to participate in ODE's mathematical modeling and reasoning pilot, and we were accepted into that, and that course is currently being taught at the high school. And it's going very well. It was very well received, and we're excited that that will continue to be a part of our math offerings next year as an equivalent course for Algebra 2. So we knew at that time that ODE was in the process of developing other courses, and the computer science discrete mathematics course is one of those courses. There's no need for board action on this item, but I did want to share with you and the public our intent to participate in this opportunity if we are selected as one of the pilot schools. That's the big if, but applications are due before winter break, and we hope to know sometime, late winter whether or not we've been accepted into the pilot program. So we're hopeful our current participation kind of gives us a little bit of an edge there. So,
Thank you.
Mrs. Aug, was that the approval that we were waiting for? Is that for the discrete math?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is that open to, would it be open to any student that wanted to take it?
mm-hmm. Yeah, so a very traditional pathway is your Algebra 1, geometry, and then Algebra 2. So students would still take Algebra 1, geometry, and then for Algebra 2, they could take traditional Algebra 2, the MMR course that we currently have, or this new discrete math computer science course if we are able to offer it.
Okay.
And if we don't get into the pilot for next school year, we'll make another application, next school year, and hopefully keep trying until we get it. Because like I said, ODE, what they've realized through looking at dropout data and graduation data, that Algebra 2 and that requirement that they put on students many years ago has had its downfalls. And so they are trying to correct that, and they're being very blunt about that in the meetings that we have with them. And that's why they are the ones who are working with Ohio universities in order to develop these courses for schools to offer. So we're excited about it.
Is this the one that we spoke about? Okay,
Yes.
great. Thumbs up.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, our next two items are membership in the Ohio Purchasing Council of Governments and replacement of the cooling tower at Crossroads Middle School. Both of those items will be covered by Mr. Perry, so at this time, I'll turn it over to him.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mr. Birding, members of the board. I will speak to both of these items kind of combined because they are dependent upon each other. So the first, the membership in the Ohio Purchasing Council of Governments. This membership will allow us to accept the bid for the bid pricing provided by Prodigy Building Solutions. The organization itself works to make sure that all state bidding procedures are followed. So any item that falls under a contract that they authorize has followed all appropriate laws. And the membership, the approval to move forward with the membership is free to the district. There is no charge. So with that, talking about the replacement of the cooling tower at Crossroads Middle School, the current cooling tower is beyond end of life. It was identified and presented in the 5-year forecast for replacement. The manufacturer and some details of the unit. The manufacturer is Baltimore Air Company. Some details about the unit and the scope of work itself. The unit is about 15% larger with capacity, which makes it more efficient. The motors involved with the new unit have a reduced electrical utility usage, which works out to be about approximately $4,900 a year in savings from the utilities alone. Some of the scope of work within this, as identified, is that they will move the chemical cabinet. In addition to that, there are valves and shutoffs that lead to the unit that will be moved to easier access for our maintenance department to assist with preventive maintenance. Some of the design features within the unit were newer features that is within the unit, allows the maintenance department as well to perform preventive maintenance. Things like there's a ladder on the interior, also the height of the drain pan and being able to get in there to do proper maintenance. The good news about that is that will enable us to extend the life of this unit for an extended period of time. There is a 24-week lead time per the approval from the district. I highlight that because it's part of the reason why it is on the agenda for this evening. And in addition to that, we've already been notified of a price increase that is scheduled for in about a 2-week period if we hold off. The work itself is scheduled to be completed in the month of June. Of course, we would wait till school is out and the majority of the staff is gone. We will need 2 days of access to the bus lot for the crane to put the unit up on the top of Crossroads. But we have already spoken with the vendor about possible accommodations needed for staff that will be working in the building during that time. The entire process should take about 3 weeks, and that does include commissioning. They are fully confident that the 3-week window actually will be a few days extra than what is actually needed. So the confidence of even if we have a delay in the 24-week lead time, we still should be well inside being able to start the project in early to mid-June and be completed well before staff were to return in mid-August. Do you have any questions?
Questions for Mr. Perry?
Yeah, you sent us over a spec sheet on it, which I really appreciate. It got over my head pretty quick, but you've answered most of my questions here tonight. So I love the fact that it's going to save us, nearly $5,000.
Per year, yes.
Yeah, in utility costs per year. It doesn't quite offset the cost of it, but that's,
Unfortunately, no. but-
yeah, that's a great thing. And then the maintenance, and you alluded to that, they'll be comfortable with this unit and its workings and how to service it.
Absolutely. And training will be provided for the team
Oh,
as
good.
well.
Okay, great. And there's nothing, 24-week lead time, and then, of course, the supply chain as it is, let's hope we can get all that done during the summer break.
Absolutely.
Any questions or comments? And this was anticipated, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.